description below, that'd be great. I'm just filming myself, but I obviously won't show you the screens. I don't want you being on there. Since you don't, I assume you won't want to be on there. Well, take one, trust me. But anyway, strength's good, but I've got to learn. It's frustrating my other phone is this, put it politely, rubbish Motorola Moto E7. God, having to find alternatives to problems with batteries is hard because it's at the White Hart. It's one of the only few decent pubs in Wyndham that where actually everyone is welcome. And if you're non-gender conforming, you don't get an interrogation about. You don't get interrogated here. You just get allowed to use the toilet that suits your identity. One catch, however, is you can't act like a fool. Like no swearing, or as I got earlier, you'll get told stop swearing, fella. As I forgot, I'm going to show you if I can find a sign. I'm not going to use their Wi-Fi. I've been nice enough by. I've got a boatload of data on this phone anyway. I'll be leaving this stream shortly. But somewhere in this pub, he used to put a sign saying offensive language not permitted. And as I clarified, no swear words, no violent words. So as I'm going to jokingly say, I'm just quoting it. I'm not saying I will do this, but you cannot go to the bar and tell the bartender, I am going to kill the President of the United States. Not that I will do that, I'm not going to, but without getting anyone in there, I'm just going to show you briefly. Offensive language will not be tolerated, offenders will be asked to leave. So the only catch of this pub is offensive language will not be i.e. stop swearing, fella. To put it another way, hello common sense. But apart from that, this pub's actually nice. A place where transgender people and also non-gender conforming cis people can go drink and pee in peace. Unlike the rest of the pubs in Wyndham, which, if I could use swear words for other pubs, abuse sanity, to be nice and tolerant here, so they don't deserve it, to return of the decency to respect the rules. I say saying as it is. Swear en français, non monsieur. Sorry, that's the closest you're going to get to anything in French. Non monsieur. I'm not going to push it, but I'm pretty sure the bartender probably knows a bit of French. If I start swearing in French, I've already been warned stop swearing. I'll probably end up getting chucked out. It's much for a drink there. So I'm going to swear in French. I'll obviously finish my drink first. Just joking. Obviously I won't. Like, it's the one bar in Wyndham where I actually feel welcome. I don't want to burn bridges with this one bar. Like, if we're going to the Cross Keys and start acting, I'm going to get a bar for life, I'll be like, good. Well, because if you're going to behave, to put it politely, in a way that shows a complete lack of decency towards trans and non-gender conforming people by subjecting to us interrogation about biological sex, and then my response to that is something that I cannot say in the White Hart. But my response to that is going to be very loaded, very emotional, very angry, very much what I will call my definition of me defending myself. I.e., if I could, I'd punch the person for asking such a stupid question. Oh, I shouldn't even say that. Well, I'm not really going to punch anyone, except in the Cross Keys, but punch someone that's not anyone's problem in here anyway. Like, the rule here is no offence to language or violence, but if it don't happen in here, it's not a problem anyway, as far as I'm concerned. Like, hell, some people shouldn't even have said that. I'm a bit tipsy away. I had a couple of gin tonics on the train. Shout out to the nice people gave me a couple of Gordon's gin tonics on the train. All I'll say is some people annoy me to the point where controversial. But anyone wants to disagree in the comments section down below, do so. I know this is breaking the old convention of no politics in a pub, but I think some people deserve to be assaulted. And that includes anyone who asks me whether I have. interrogates about my biological sex persistently. I'm drunk. I'll end up taking the whole thing back in the morning and apologising. All right. Before it comes to that, I was being light-hearted. All right. I wasn't really advocating violence. So I shouldn't be advocating violence to this pub. Even if I wasn't in this pub, I was just joshing around. I'm obviously not going to go to the Cross Keys at this time of night or any time and start punching people, even if I feel they deserve it. The solution is simple. Just get out of that pub, do 180 and never return. For life until they manage to sort their business out. Which will probably take another 100 years knowing them, because they're 100 years behind. What can I say, people? I've thought of numerous names for the Cross Keys, but let me think of one. The Poop House. That's what the Cross Keys should be called. The Poop House. The Poop Deck. But yeah, I understand. I wasn't being serious. I was being flippant when I advocated for violence or punching people. Like, I can't even survive a fight. I've tried, not actual street war. I have tried fighting before in a self-defence class. And I can't handle it. In a self-defence class, people obviously holding back. Imagine me in a real street war. It wouldn't last 5 minutes where people are not holding back and in fact punching at full force and not caring in the world. It's obviously not going to initiate a fight in which I get badly beaten up. It would just be suicidal. And no, I'm not actually as mad as some people think. But I might be willing to do some controversial things, but still. Moving on to earlier today. Palestine action. 2 words, Palestine action. Shouldn't say it in the card, politics, but still. I went to meet Richard and Huda in Cambridge. There's the rest of my drink. At the talk, and they talked along some from South Africa. Along with it was instinct, so inspirational. I've been to Palestine Action Talk before, but the way they said they made their points was good. It made me think that my 5 hours in Cambridge wasn't a waste of a day afterward. I wish I'd spent longer in Cambridge. The fact it took 2 hours to get there because of problems on the trains makes you think I should avoid going to Cambridge that way, and that's absolutely have to. Like, why do you want to go to Cambridge unless it's essential when it takes 2 hours to get there? A 4-hour round trip, like that takes the Michael Scott. Michael Scott is David Brent's American counterpart. That's what she said. Michael Scott. Also, what Michael Scott said. Imagine it's a microphone. Okay, I have some really important news I have to tell you all. The ship is sinking. And there aren't enough spaces on the lifeboat. Who do we save? Do we save accounting? Do we save sales? Do we save customer services? Or do we save management? Or something like that. And what then happened was that someone grabbed their life jacket, jumped off the ship, and the captain turned up and said, "What the hell's going on here? Hello, common sense. Please stop the provocations." Like, dude, you're known pro-Palestine. You're deliberately trying to get a reaction with these stupid Israeli flags. Like, you want to say shalom? I'm happy with that. But I'm not against you speaking Hebrew. I'm against you using that flag. Not because I have a problem with the Jewish people or Jews. This isn't a religious or ethnic thing. It's about politics. Like, please avoid bringing politics into it. Like, you're trying to deliberately start a flame war in a bar that will end with me ending up getting chucked out the door for discussing politics. So, I've said my bit. Or ending up using bad language. I know it's funny, your version of auditing, but if you're going to audit, do your own audits. Don't just troll people thinking I'm an auditor. Like, that's just not being an auditor. That's called being an idiot, if you ask me. French new recipe flambéed car. Okay, well, thanks for explaining that, Common Sense. Hopefully the conflict will be ended one day anyway, in a way that will give us some of what we want. But I won't discuss the possible solutions to the Israel-Palestine conflict in a pub. Like, I'll perhaps discuss that tomorrow at home. It's a more appropriate time and place, but still, hand up here anyways, because I thought my mum would give me a lift. Now, it's my fault for not asking early enough, and she wasn't able to, she just got into bed. Dudes, no more of these stupid political slogans. I'm not advocating what you should do politically. Please respect my preference not to start a political discussion in a pub back. I'm not going to respond to you. Are you deliberately trying to troll? Or are you actually trying to have a constructive discussion? The former, please go away. Or at least stop raising endless political points. You're just trying to rile me on purpose, I think. If not, if you're not here to deliberately troll, I'll overlook that one. And just say, please avoid the pro-Israel slogans. I'm not chanting Palestinian slogans in a bar because I know what will happen. Drink finished. Anyone wants to buy me another one? The link is down below in the description. Yeah, my drink's over anyway. Bye. I'm pro-managed decline Manchester. What does that mean, Ogham the Bold? If you please explain, it'd be great. Also, common sense. Here's something I'd like to discuss. Are you a troll, or are you actually here to have a constructive discussion? So I'm not saying either way. Also, another thing I'd like to discuss is how do I get donations, please? I'd really like some advice. Sorry if I'm a bit direct with the way I reacted. What does that mean? Leveling up, bringing it on? Anyway, I'll leave that here for the bartender to collect. I'll just... Oh, you're not trying to provoke me. Thank you very much, Common Sense. You bought me a drink the other week. Thank you. Shout out to Common Sense. Were you the guy who bought me a drink at the Bell Hotel? I had it brought directly to my table. Wasn't that you? Was that you, by any chance? Thank you. You mentioned Palestine. Yes, I did. I put up stickers earlier. Yes, I did. I'm just saying disagree. Oh, okay. That's fine. Feel free to disagree. Sorry, I misinterpreted